Hi, Jordan Taylor here, and welcome to another episode of STARTA. Today's video that I'm going to share with you comes from GoDaddy. Now, a lot of us know GoDaddy as the website that sells other websites, but lately they've been putting out a lot of really valuable content on their channel, and I wanted to share some of that content with you. Now, this video, they focus on the basics of naming your business while not being too overwhelmed by all the stuff that us entrepreneurial types are usually overwhelmed by. So check out the video.
Today we're going to talk about how to name your business to improve your online success. I'm Emma, your GoDaddy guide, and I head up our local outreach over at GoDaddy Social, so very cool gig. But today I'm excited to be joined with my friend over at GoDaddy, Justin Neely.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me. Super excited to be on here. Let's dive in.
Yeah, actually, it's perfect timing because I was on the road recently talking to local heroes, and they're so passionate, and I love what they do. It brings me so much joy, but I can't but help to catch that bug. Like, I want to own a local business too. And I've had this idea back in my barista days because I love coffee. It's like, okay, coffee's cool. I'm going to open up a coffee shop, but how am I going to make this unique? There's a lot of coffee. Yeah. So I took another passion, which was skateboarding. I was like, combine the two. Okay. A little caffeine kickflip, which that's not the name, but it could be. I don't know. I'm lost.
You're lost.
Yeah. Where do I go from here?
And it's so common. It's something that prevents those local heroes just from starting. We have this idea, we have all these things, but getting hung up on a business name is pretty scary, so we don't end up starting. Hopefully at the end of this, you and the audience will figure out how to name their business for success. Yeah.
So where do we go from here?
So first off, I think we should really identify what we want our name to convey. For you, it's probably going to be like gnarliness and radness and everything related to skateboarding and that coffee experience. But for the audience at home, maybe it's trustworthiness or confidence or reliability. Really, when you're thinking about your name, what do you want it to stand for, that first thought? So step 2 is what I like to call just a brain dump. This is where you're literally just getting a piece of paper and a pen. We're going to go old school for you guys at home. But for us, we got a tablet here. Are you up for an activity?
Wait, like right now?
Right meow.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
All right. I'm so stoked.
So stoked. So once you have whatever you're going to write on, you basically just dive right in. And what I like to do to make sure
a stream of consciousness, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Set a time limit, maybe 3 or 5 minutes. That way you really hone in on what you want to really
That seems like a limited amount of time, though.
You'll think that, but once you start going, get the pen going, it's just going to go off.
Okay.
So while you're doing this, some things to keep in mind with your business name, you really don't want it to be too long of a domain name.
What's too long?
Does it pass the radio test? So if I gave you a 10-second ad spot on the radio, could you convey it to an audience where they can remember it just right off the bat?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, to the point.
Yes.
And that translates to talking to a friend or talking to someone on the street. You tell them that name, and hopefully they'll remember it. Like caffeine and kickflips is potentially something that could be that catchy.
You like that?
I kind of like it.
Oh, it's just getting started.
So when figuring out this name and going through that brain dump, if you will, you want to make sure that you don't limit your business name. And what I mean by this is, say I do pool cleaning services right now. Maybe I don't always want to do that pool cleaning service. Maybe I want to expand to landscaping or whatever that looks like. But if I name my business Neely's Pool Service, I'm stuck with just being a pool service guy.
Right.
What you don't want to do is make it a trendy name. Remember those fidget spinners that literally everybody had?
I never touched it.
Right. You never touched a fidget spinner? No. I mean, guilty. But it was a fad, right? They came and went. I knew a couple of people that started a business around fidget spinners, and now they're lucky to send 10 a month. So stay away from those trends. But coffee is like here to stay.
It's not going anywhere.
Absolutely. So another thing to keep in mind too, maybe this could be considered a cool acronym, right? Like you have kickflips and coffee here. That could be K&C, right?
Ooh,
that might be pretty rad.
Yeah, keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
I can already picture the hats and the t-shirts.
Right, just super fresh.
Oh, now I'm thinking what font too.
Baby steps. We're just not naming it. You're trying to go out there. How much time we got? Stay away from either obscure words that are hard to pronounce or hard to spell, or just terrible spelling. Like coffee, you could probably do coffee with a K, but it's going to be hard to remember, right?
I've seen that.
Especially if you want to do coffee and kickflips, it's pretty tempting to have just K there.
Oh, that's true.
But
I could play off the
I would
kickflips.
avoid it.
Really? Why?
Absolutely. It's hard to spell.
Justin, that reminds me.
What?
Because I know we're talking about websites and names, but you know me and social media.
Oh, it's your jam.
Yeah, it's my jam. So I'm already thinking about Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
100%.
And I want this name to be available on all three, right? So it's consistent.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, there's so much to do.
So much, but it's not too hard. Like once you have your name, you just go to Instagram or go to Twitter, or go to Facebook, search it, see if anything pops up, right? And see if your competitors may already have that name, because that's also a problem.
I know you're going to tell me to reel it in,
Yep.
but I'm also starting to think about the logo. You see what I'm saying? I can see where you made a comment earlier, like people have these dreams and ambitions, but then they stick to their 9 to 5 because they get overwhelmed. And it's just like, this is too much.
That's why we have to take baby steps, one step at a time. Like if we try to eat the entire cake at once, we may not be able to do it. But I can probably chow down a slice at a time, and by the end of it, the whole cake's gone.
You should see me in pizza.
This is your first slice of cake. You want to make sure you have your business name, then move on to the next slice.
So avoid trends, keep it radio edit, so not over 10 seconds.
Yep. Super catchy, super easy to remember.
Yeah.
And
make sure it's available.
Yep. Make sure it's all on those
Got it.
handles, social media,
Cool.
domain names, all that good stuff.
What are we missing?
And then make sure it's something that you love, right? You want to, this is your name.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that
Bring the passion
you're
back.
invested into the name itself and you're passionate about it.
You know, I think that the other way I want to look at this is not just all the points you're giving to me, but just making sure, too, it's not too close to my competition.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that.
Right.
This is so great. I love our brainstorm sesh.
We got this. And with your competition too, make sure the name itself isn't trademarked, because I've seen a lot of business owners do that. They'll invest a bunch of marketing behind it and then get a random letter in the mail saying, hey, don't use that. And they've just wasted a ton of money. It's not good. So Google's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Just do a quick trademark search, one of the first links that pop up, and make sure that it can be yours, because that's important.
I really liked how they included kind of that quick 3 to 5 minute activity, to really kind of get your brain working towards coming up with a great name. And I wanted to add to it as well, what I find really resonates with people is using a little bit of alliteration in your naming of your business or of your creative venture. So anything that has, the same syllable. So if you wanted to start a podcast and you call it Millennial Mindset or something like that. Or if you want to use rhyming and you called your podcast something like Thank God for that. Or you use something that's very short and very short to the point, like STARTA, for example. Just a few letters, kind of rolls off the tongue, very, very easy to remember. Now, if you're struggling with figuring out what your business idea is going to be, I recommend that you go and check out the link in the description below, or head to starta.ca and fill out the form there, and I'll email you a free guide that's actually going to help you come up with your business idea. Leave a comment below, because I want to hear what your thoughts about this video were, and also what your potential business ideas are. So like I said, leave a comment below or find me on Instagram at STARTA Canada. I want to hear from you, and make sure you go download that free PDF guide. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.